Hey guys, it's Troy, and this is a video that I'm redoing. I'd actually recorded this particular review a couple of months ago, and I was going to publish it, but then, I looked at it, I said, nah, I don't like the review, so I didn't like how things were turning out, so I went ahead and just deleted the video files. I said, I'll do it again someday. Well, I've got the time today, so today is someday. I want to talk to you about inexpensive pens, disposable pens, giveaway pens. I want to talk to you about a couple of venerable pens. Let me take you back here. This is my pen supply. I've got several drawers set up here, and in my Pilot drawer I have the venerable Pilot Varsity. Pilot Varsity is not the pen I want to talk about today, though, but I did want to get it out for you because if you can think Pilot Varsity, then you'll understand the pen I want to show you today. I'm not a big fan of the Pilot Varsity. It's okay. It's reliable. It does what it's supposed to do. Not the best pen I've owned. I don't expect a heck of a lot from a $3 to $4 pen. So I did expect similar results with another pen, and the writing difference is night and day. It really is. Previously, I had bought some stuff from Thornton's products. Thornton's Luxury Goods right here. They put out some decent ink. I had a couple of bottles of these. It's a nice looking blue ink, and it's nothing special. Just a easy to use, nice ink. Easy to use, like it's easier than any other ink, really. So I ran across one day online some Thornton's brand fountain pens in a disposable, the Thornton's Novice. So I went ahead and picked up a pack, and at the time it was on eBay. It was through Pens and More, and for those of you who are familiar with Thornton's or familiar with big office supply places like in Chicago that you may have seen online, Pens and More. Here's their website right here at the bottom. They sell on eBay, and they were selling these. It's kind of bizarre because the first pack I saw of these was like 12 bucks, including shipping. So I figured 12 pens, $12, that's $1 a piece for a disposable pen. Not such a bad deal. So I went ahead and got them. And I took each and every one out. I wrote on a piece of paper, each one did a nice, and you know what? It wrote very nicely. I was kind of surprised. What a nice, smooth writing and nice looking manuscript that I was able to play with these. So I said, that's cool. Let me go ahead and check online because I just may use these for giveaway. I've been giving away Jinhao 992s, 599s, and some other pens, and this may be a nice alternative price-wise and supply-wise to get these domestically as opposed to having them shipped in from China, where I can get these cheaper. So I looked, lo and behold, $9 now. The same pack of pens, $9. So I went ahead and ordered a second pack. And, I ordered those before I used them an awful lot. So now I've got like 2 packs. Looking earlier, just to get you a screenshot, now these are selling for $15 a pack. Why there's such a price variation, I don't know. But, I mean, 12, 9, 15 for the exact same thing. I guess they get what they can get for them. If they can get that 15 bucks, good for them. But let me talk to you a little bit about this. It's not a bad looking little pen. I mean, look at that. Thornton's Novice. It's all plastic, black plastic with just, looks like some silk screening or silk printing on here, however they do it. Slip cap. And then, if you look, you've got, the clear section, which is pretty cool. You see the feed in there. And you got kind of a Lamy style looking nib. Now all of these are medium nibs, which I thought was cool because that's another thing I was looking for, was if I could get a medium as opposed to the fine nibs that I keep getting on these Jinhao pens for giveaway, then they might be pretty neat, They look cheap. They are cheap. I mean, I didn't expect much from them for like $1 a piece. So let's put this right up next to the Pilot Varsity so you can see the comparison between the two. Height-wise, you can see that the Thornton's is a little taller. It's got about the same girth. It's not far off. And you pull them off, and you can see the nib style is different on them both. So I just wanted to compare and contrast that for you. Now, here's what I'm going to say about the Pilot Varsity. Every time I pick it up and go to write with it, it writes. It may not write fantastically well, but when I went on a camping trip, you know, when I wanted to have a pen that if it broke, got lost, didn't really care, then Pilot Varsity came along with me. This particular pen here, I figured it'd be the same. If I lost it, big whoop. It's $1. I've given some of these to some people. I don't know what kind of writing experience they've got. I'm assuming it's similar to mine because they came out of the same package. I know Matthew's got one. I gave one to somebody else. I've got some family members and all. But here's the problem I run across with this. Hard starts. It's frustrating because I'd take one out, use it for a little bit, set it down, come back to go use it, and it would hard start. Now, at work, I'm the kind of guy where I got a lot of spreadsheets and tracking information and data. I'm the kind of guy that if I'm going through down a list, and lately I've been doing a lot of work that requires going line by line by line and checking this, and this. I'm the kind of guy where I like to print it out, have a paper copy in front of me, and as I'm going down the list, check it off. So, I use fountain pens almost exclusively. On my desk, I keep an old Esterbrook 8-ball desk set. Wonderful writing pen, wonderfully reliable. All I got to do is keep it filled with ink, to the point I even bought a second one that's got a clear tip on the back because I like to have it on my desk for that very thing. I need something right then and there. So let's say if I'm working at night like I have been and I'm going item, 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 boom, check this, boom, check it, boom, check it. And each time, tick it off on my little printout. I don't want a pen that screws in. I don't want a pen that's going to be a real hard snap on and off with a cap. That desk set works great, but I wanted to use this because, you know, it's ostensibly a really good writer. When I get the pen writing, it writes very, very well. And when it writes well, it rivals pens, you know, in the $50 to $100 range. It really does. They do write that well when they write. The problem is I can't get them always to write. Hard start constantly, and it doesn't matter if I just set it down for a minute or a week. It's a hard start, and I gotta, you know, keep trying it. I actually ran across one of them that wouldn't write at all, so I played with the nib a little bit, and then it started writing. And then it started hard starting like every other one that was writing okay, and then hard started every friggin' one of them. So it was frustrating. Yeah, it's a cheap pen, and I'm getting upset with a cheap pen. I expect the pen to write when I pick it up to go to use it. Especially all I need is a little tick mark right here, right now, so I can move on to the next item without having to find a different pen to check it off. So I retired these pens back to the package. So anyway, I'm going to give you a writing sample here in just a minute. They're very lightweight. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It fits great in the hand. I mean, this is a perfect length pen. It's the perfect price pen. It writes smoothly. It writes nicely. I like the pen. You posted it so lightweight, it doesn't really matter. You don't know the difference. It's a good pen other than the fact that I can't get it started right quick every single time like I can a Pilot Varsity or any good writing fountain pen. Yeah, what do you expect for $1? I expect it to at least write without me having to retrace my lines or having to really. So eventually I just, you know, chucked it to the side. It went on my merry way. So anyway, I'll put up, you know, the dimensions of this pen, and I'll give you all the details and how light it is. And it is, like I said, it's a disposable. The only good thing is, just maybe, for some of these Chinese pens that I've got that take a Lamy style nib, and they write really fine to extra fine, and they're scratchy to me, I'm going to see if I can scavenge one of the nibs off from one of these and swap them out just to see if I can do it. For no other reason, just to see if I can do it. So Anyway, I really wanted to love this pen. I did, and the first time I wrote with it, I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then after it, that is when I started having the hard start problems, and I was so frustrated. And every one of them out of the pack, I mean, 12 in a pack, all had the same problem, so it's obviously not just one bad out of the batch. All right, so played with a second batch, same problem. So I don't know if it's a design flaw or if these all came from a bad batch of creation or what. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on. So here's some dimensions, and I'll get back with you with a writing sample momentarily. Alright, here it is, the Thornton's Novice, and it is a disposable pen. Like I said, it's not a bad looking pen. It actually feels nice. It holds nice. Let's see if it writes nice. See? Look at that. Thornton's Novice. Disposable pen. See? It stops and it skips on me after a while. Look at that. Irritating. So, I mean, it's pre-filled, and you know, you trash it when you're done. It's got a medium nib, and right now I can assure you this is a very smooth writing experience. It is. It's a nice writing pen. Unfortunately, I get the hard start and skipping. I mean, it's a little steel nib. You're gonna get a little bit of flex, so you may be able to see that. It's actually got some flex to it. Reverse writing. Very scratchy, a lot of feedback. Don't recommend it. You get a very fine line. And let's get a good look at that nib close up. See, it's a very plain, nothing special, nothing to it nib. That's all the design on that. And you can see that feed. See that feed? Look at that. I mean, that's a pretty cool clear feed. I like clear feeds. I like demonstrator pens. It doesn't come apart readily. I mean, you might want to try. I'm not going to try it. But it posts nicely, posts deeply, posts securely. And like I said earlier, I really, really wanted this to be a good pen. I really, really wanted this to be a good writer. Because that is smoother than a lot of expensive, much more expensive pens. I've got pens costing several $100s that don't write that smoothly, that nicely. So I do like that aspect right here, and I do like the writing experience when it writes. It was the hard starts, you know, like you saw here, like you were seeing here. See the skipping, and the skipping I ran across here. Unfortunately, that is common on this writing experience, and you probably just saw it yet again. So alright, I cannot give it a thumbs up. I've got to give it a thumbs down, only because of that. If it was going to write reliably first time every time, it would be a huge thumbs up. Yes, I know it's not a thumb, but I'm not an artist, so. But nope, it's going to be, see that? It's going to be thumbs down. It's not going to be a thumbs up. So anyway, I guess don't waste your money unless you feel like trying to fix each and every one of them. What you just saw here is typical of what I've run across with every single one of these that I've taken out and tried using. So The Thornton's Fountain Pen Medium Novice from Thornton's Office Supplies. I wish it was a winner. I really, really like this pen other than all that skipping. So there you go.